Hi everyone, today we are going to learn all about the brain. What is the brain? The brain. Your brain is an essential organ. All of your emotions, sensations, aspirations and everything that makes you uniquely individual come from your brain. This complex organ has many functions. It receives, processes and interprets information. Your brain also stores memories and controls your movements. Your brain is one component of your central nervous system, CNS. It connects to your spinal cord, the other part of your CNS. What is your brain's function? Your brain receives information from your five senses: sight, smell, sound, touch and taste. Your brain also receives inputs including touch, vibration, pain and temperature from the rest of your body, as well as autonomic, involuntary, inputs from your organs. It interprets this information so you can understand and associate meaning with what goes on around you. Your brain enables thoughts and decisions, memories and emotions, movements, motor function, balance and coordination, perception of various sensations including pain, automatic behavior such as breathing, heart rate, sleep and temperature control, regulation of organ function, speech and language functions, fight or flight response, stress response. What are the main parts of the brain? Your brain structure is complex. It has three main sections. Cerebrum. Your cerebrum interprets sight, sounds and touches. It also regulates emotions, reasoning and learning. Your cerebrum makes up about 80% of your brain. Cerebellum. Your cerebellum maintains your balance, posture, coordination and fine motor skills. It's located in the back of your brain. Brainstem. Your brainstem regulates many automatic body functions. You don't consciously control these functions, like your heart rate, breathing, sleep and wake cycles, and swallowing. Your brainstem is in the lower part of your brain. It connects the rest of your brain to your spinal cord. What are the lobes that make up your brain? Each side of your brain has different lobes, sections. While all the lobes work together to ensure normal functioning, each lobe plays an important role in some specific brain and body functions. Frontal lobes. The frontal lobes are in the front part of your brain, right behind your forehead. This is the largest lobe and it controls voluntary movement, speech and intellect. The parts of your frontal lobes that control movement are called the primary motor cortex or precentral gyrus. The parts of your brain that play an important role in memory, intelligence and personality include your prefrontal cortex as well as many other regions of your brain. Occipital lobes. These lobes in the back of your brain allow you to notice and interpret visual information. Your occipital lobes control how you process shapes, colors and movement. Parietal lobes. The parietal lobes are near the center of your brain. They receive and interpret signals from other parts of your brain. This part of your brain integrates many sensory inputs so that you can understand your environment and the state of your body. This part of your brain helps give meaning to what's going on in your environment. Temporal lobes. These parts of the brain are near your ears on each side of your brain. The temporal lobes are important in being able to recall words or places that you've been. It also helps you recognize people, understand language and interpret other people's emotions. Limbic lobes. The limbic lobe sits deep in the middle portions of your brain. The limbic lobe is a part of your temporal, parietal and frontal lobes. Important parts of your limbic system include your amygdala, best known for regulating your fight or flight response, and your hippocampus, where you store short-term memories. Insular lobes. The insular lobes sit deep in the temporal, parietal and frontal lobes. The insular lobe is involved in the processing of many sensory inputs including sensory and motor inputs, autonomic inputs, pain perception, perceiving what is heard and overall body perception, the perception of your environment. What is the difference between the left and right brain hemispheres? Your cerebrum divides into two halves, the left and right cerebral hemispheres. The two halves of the brain are connected by nerve fiber bundles, white matter, called your corpus callosum. The right side of your cerebrum controls movement on the left side of your body and vice versa. Your left brain hemisphere is often the dominant hemisphere, but this doesn't apply to everyone. Most people who are right-handed are usually left hemisphere dominant. Some patients who are left-handed are right hemisphere is dominant. Typically, the dominant hemisphere is responsible for your speech and language functions. Your non-dominant, which is the right hemisphere in most individuals, is responsible for your spatial awareness and processing of what you see. About 1 in 10 right-handed people and about 1 in 3 left-handed people have dominance in the right hemisphere. This means that their speech functions are mostly centered in the right side of their brains. Many times this is a normal variant, but in some people with brain tumors or epilepsy, the dominance can be shifted through a process called brain plasticity. What are the bones and tissues that protect your brain? Between your brain and skull, you have 3 layers of tissue called the meninges. Dura mater, the outermost layer lines your entire skull. Parts of the dura mater form folds that separate the right half of your brain from the left. Arachnoid. The middle layer of the meninges is a thin, fragile layer of tissue that covers your entire brain. Pia mater. The innermost layer contains blood vessels that run into your brain's surface. Between your arachnoid and pia mater tissue is a clear substance called your cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. CSF also surrounds your spinal cord, which runs through the vertebrae, bones of your spine. CSF cushions and protects these vital nervous system organs. Which nerves send signals to and from your brain? Your brain contains several types of nerves. Nerves carry messages by sending electrical impulses back and forth between your brain, organs and muscles. The nerves in your brain are called cranial nerves. You have 12 pairs of cranial nerves from the brain to parts of your head and face. These nerves are responsible for specific sensations, such as hearing, taste or sight. White matter is the fiber bundles that connect brain cells. There are numerous white matter tracts that connect one area of your brain to another, as well as structures deep in your brain. These white matter tracts can also travel to your brainstem and spinal cord so that information can be relayed from your brain to communicate with the rest of your body, and information from your body can travel to your brain. Bye everyone, hope you have enjoyed the video.